there's not really much that can be said about that game yesterday. It's a 2-1 win for us. Happy days. 3 more points on the board. Happy days. Keeps us in touching distance of the top 4. Happy days. Performance-wise, kind of carried on from the Chelsea game. Poor. No real endeavour. No real presence in the game. Lacklustre, I think, is the term that I'm liking at the moment. Lacklustre, quite like that word. Second half, better. Little bit more about us, a little bit more endeavour. Eriksen had a better contribution, certainly than he's had for quite a while. So that's good to see. A little bit of a contribution from him. Now that may well be because the January transfer window's coming up, and he wants to impress a little bit, quite possibly. Or, you know, another theory could be that actually since Jose's been in, they've had a chat and they've been talking and this, that and the other, and maybe he's talking him round and he wants him to stay. You know, I mean, he's making the sounds that he wants him to stay. So it kind of just depends on what Christian Eriksen wants. You know, he's always maintained that he wants a new, fresh challenge. But what fresher challenge could you want than trying to actually win some silverware with the club that you're at? But hey, you know, that's another matter. Lo Celso did okay. Felt he came on, made a bit more of a difference. He was a lot more direct, a lot more physical. And me personally, I would prefer to see him in the team as opposed to Christian Eriksen, unless Christian Eriksen's going to put proper contribution in, a proper performance. Lucas Moura worked a bit harder in that second half because he does have a tendency of disappearing from time to time, and it was him that forced the error and forced the ricochets for Harry Kane to score what wasn't an easy chance, as much as some people might like to think it is. You know, he, with his left foot saved by the keeper, came back at him at pace off the floor, and he volleyed it with his right foot and got us back into the game. Good finish, and actually great celebration in the fact that he made absolutely no fuss about it at all. Didn't do a knee slide, didn't do a jump into the crowd, didn't take his shirt off or any of that malarkey. He just gave it a fist bump and come on, let's get on with it. And that's a bit more captain kind of attitude that we're kind of looking for at the moment. So yeah, good to see from Harry. And to be fair to him, you know, I think he got he did get the man of the match award, and I think he actually did deserve it because certainly in the second half his work rate was second to none. I mean, he was in his own third, chasing the ball down, winning challenges and running the ball up the line to take as much time as possible to get his team into the right area of the pitch. So, you know, you can't really knock him. I felt that he put a decent performance in yesterday. Harry, it's because I've got Harry on the brain. Dele Alli, lovely finish from him. Nice little bit of flamboyance to end the game, to get us the win. He doesn't do easy chances, does he? He likes to do the nice fancy chips, and that's the stuff we all love to see, right? So that's why we pay our money to be entertained by a player like Dele Alli, who is still in resurgent form under Mourinho. But you know, you have to say it is another disappointing display overall. I think we should be able to expect more from this very, very talented squad. Just not happening at this moment in time. So I know you have to kind of stick with it and see what happens in January. Are they going to spend any money? Ain't they going to spend any money? I know they're saying they're not going to, but if someone comes available who Mourinho fancies, for a position that he needs to strengthen, then I think, you never know. I don't think Daniel Levy is adverse to spending money as much as everybody says that he is. I don't think he's against it, provided it's the right value and it's the right player for the manager. And I think probably Mourinho has far more sway in that regard than any other manager might, because Daniel Levy looks up to him an awful lot, and he's expecting big things from him. So he can't expect big things without backing this man that he ultimately decided to bring in. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. But with Chelsea losing and Arsenal drawing, that does make things a little bit better for us. So ultimately, we keep our heads down and keep plodding away. Take the ugly win when it comes, and look forward to brighter things in the future. Fingers crossed. We move on to Norwich, which is another must-win game, another winnable game, given their position in the league. But as we know, that doesn't always mean anything, and sometimes those are the games where we struggle the most. So anything can happen at this stage. We just have to keep the faith and keep on supporting the team as we always will. At the end of the day, up the Spurs.